Maka Biafra, we're on Putarani, onye ndu, Simon Eba,
Witness me, I want to remain in this great.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this program. I appreciate everyone who has connected to this program this evening, wherever you are connecting from. I thank you for being part of the program. I thank you for joining us on this program. Thank you for wherever you are joining from. Please like and share. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. Share to your neighbors. Anyone you can be able to reach with this program, please do not hesitate to reach them. Make sure you share this program so that we can reach as many people as possible. It is a very special program. Every one of us know what today is. A lot is going on today. A lot of things are happening right, left, and center. Everywhere you turn, it is a special day. Many events are happening and you cannot pretend. Events that are happening are things you cannot pretend and just wish they are not happening. It is happening right, left, and center. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. Wherever you are and you are joining us on this program, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to the program of today. You are going to learn a lot. We have been speaking about the injustice in the Zoological Republic. We have been speaking about the atrocities of Nigerian government. We have been talking about the inhuman treatment of Biafrans, and people do not understand. Finally, what we have been saying, which some people have said in their conventional media, is now playing out. That thing we have been crying about, it is now playing out before the whole world. When Shewore came and said what he said, people thought it was a joke. We came online and we shouted about the injustice in Nigeria. Nobody is paying attention. Today, it is becoming very, very clear, clearer than ever, that they have two laws in Nigeria. That is one for the Biafran people, but especially the Igbo Biafrans, and one for the rest of the country. It is now clear that injustice against a Biafran is not injustice. Human rights abuse of a Biafran is not counted. Genocide in the land of Biafra doesn't amount to genocide. When we say that Biafrans are being treated as inhuman, that there is another state of laws that is guiding the Biafran people. They apply different laws when it comes to Biafran people. But when it comes to the other people, they apply a different law. You have seen it play out today in the court. The court of the zoo finally today have disgraced themselves as they have always done. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave them the cup that they feed people with. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak in the language that they will understand. And the whole world is paying attention. Today, the internet is on fire. The judicial system of Nigeria have been crumpled and rubbished, finally, the way it's supposed to be. The lawlessness of Nigeria have been exposed to the whole world, and finally, their constitution and their laws should be scrambled and thrown into the dustbin. When we say that the Zoological Republic is a failed state, people do not understand. They think we just come out to make up words. People, out of their wickedness, out of their envy and jealousy, when we come out and say that the injustice in the Zoological Republic is immeasurable, people don't understand it. People do not care because it has to do with Biafran people. People do not want to pay attention because it has to do with Biafran people. But I want every one of us listening, both Biafrans and non-Biafrans, wherever you are on the planet Earth, you must know that injustice against one is injustice against all. Today, every one of them is seeing the injustice being displayed against our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A man who have rescued a judge from his case, and the judge rescued herself. He asked the judge to rescue herself, and she did. And today they are forcing the woman and imposing the woman on her because of the allegation the government has on her. They want to use her against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to force her to go against the law. Because we have cowards in the Zoological Republic. We have citizens who don't know their left and right. We have people who call themselves citizens. These are the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called the idiots. The idiots. This is one of the idiots. One of those idiots that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about when he described the meaning of idiot. They have been exposed today before the whole world in broad daylight, in the court, in the law court. You see how they were stammering. You see how they were pushing their lies and propaganda. And the Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not somebody you can cage. Remember his word. I will tell you the truth. It doesn't matter what it takes. If you are holding my life, take it. But truth, I will tell you. And when he says that, some people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. What he says, he means. And today, he has brought the truth to them. They can't run away from it. Those things they are hiding. Nigeria is about hiding informations. These are things that are in the public, but their media, the zoological media, the criminal cartel they have in Nigeria, they call media, they will never speak about it. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took upon that challenge to decimate and destroy the Zoological Republic and their propaganda. He destroyed them in the face of the media and also in their court. He spoke in their court, Koro face to face. He challenged them in their own court. Whenever you are standing in injustice, you can't do anything. But once you are standing in justice, there is nothing any human being can do you. If you are standing in the truth is so powerful. You don't need anybody to direct you or motivate you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have exposed the zoo for what they are and destroyed them completely with all their shenanigans and idiocy and criminality. A man who doesn't have a case, they continue to bring him to court, go front and go back, go front and go back. He has won them from the lower court to the highest. He has won them. And the court said that no court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case because of the injustice they got against him. They went to Kenya, they kidnapped him, extraordinary rendition him, which is against international law. The kidnap is against international law. The torture for 8 days is against international law. The extraordinary rendition against international law. And they make bold of themselves because they feel that they are outlaw. They brought him into their court. Their own court say, let this man go. There's nothing you can do to him. You don't even have the right to judge him, but yet they refuse. They continue to hold him incommunicado. And they think by holding him for almost 5 years now going, that they will break him down. But as you can see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not broken. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not broken. He is stronger than ever, and he's still talking about self-determination. Some of us who are outside are already weak. Some of the clowns, idiots who are outside are already weak. They are busy looking for how to build upstairs, looking for where to take bribe. Some are still busy chasing praises. They want somebody who will praise them, who is going to be with them. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court. In the midst of all the persecution, he is standing his ground. Self-determination is not a crime. And he continues to stand with it. Now, when I say that the reason why when I say that the politicians are not serious about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they deceive you and tell you they are calling for a release, when you hear they came back and uphold the proscription of IPOB, when the politicians were there, they were there in their presence, they uphold the proscription of IPOB, thereby giving them the right to decimate the Biafrans, including their leader. And they thought it was a joke. Some of them thought it was just for them. They did it because of what you are saying today, this drama, so that they can continue to do whatever they like and continue to commit impunity and get away with it. And that is how it is. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I want you to prepare for what is coming. The days ahead is evil. The days ahead is evil. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more than ready. What about you? What about you that is the free world? Are you ready? Are you as ready as he is? You can see his boldness. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, I will be in the front, fighting in the front. I will be leading. I will lead from the front. Some of you didn't understand. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu leading from the front. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu leading from the front. The supreme leader of IPOB, look at him leading from the front. Some idiots are busy pushing propaganda and blackmail, looking for who to talk and who to do this, and looking for somebody to bribe them. Some are busy looking for how to extort money from the Biafran people. Look at your leader in the court, fighting for the cause of justice, facing the enemy head on. Today, some of us are not even bold to even speak. Some of us are not even bold to share this video. They can't even share it in their platform. Some of us are even scared to share the program, share it to your platform, share it to your friends, share it to your family. Some of us are afraid because of what you eat, because you don't want to lose a friend, because of this, because of that. Look at your leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the house of the enemy, he is fighting from the front. In their court, he challenged them and he exposed those things they are hiding. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu teared everywhere to pieces. I want you to pay attention and listen to the supreme leader of IPOB. The argument he made inside their court. It is very important that we listen to this argument. In their own court, inside them, not outside, inside the court. I want us to pay attention. Listen how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu challenged, including the prosecutor, the government prosecutor, and the judge in their presence, in their own court. And everything he was saying, standing on his right. Standing on his right. I want you to pay attention and listen to what the Supreme of IPOB have to say on this video I'm about to play.
In my case, I accused him. He was conscious official. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge not insist I was right? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with your case, which is true, then you need to go and
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have recused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are conscious official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not the man must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. A woman should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of managers prosecution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world such nonsense stop. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're prosecuting a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand accused and you must take my case. You cannot write me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go on appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go on appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you, you say you have to want to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go on appeal. His Lordship Binta will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
Look at paradise, as I said, the view of the past that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I apply that the Lordship was a safety day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this God am I not well. This is an order of court. An order of court says Justice Binta Nyako is recused. An order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of, give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. An order, give it. He doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
I ask your permission to address you.
Everything.
But let me tell the defendant that in every sin life, there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And tell him lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher and insulting.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing, if the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside and a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Binta Nyako, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Give me your definite date for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him, this is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria. National judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria. 1C. I'm reading. Verbatim. In the performance of judicial functions, the judge is subject only to the law and must only consider the law. The rule of law in every common law jurisdiction in the world is that once an order of court is entered, the only way to set aside it is by going on appeal. That's the rule of law. You're a senior advocate, you don't know. I will go to see. A judge must not take or attempt to take orders or instructions of any kind from anyone, even the chief judge, from anybody that may influence his decisions in the performance of judicial function. It means that his lordship, having entered an order of court, a decision between myself and her, against her. Nonsense. A grown an old man like this doesn't know the law. You don't know the law. I have a petition against Binta. I have a petition against her. Nonsense. Nonsense. Why is it when it comes to my case, they turn the law upside down? They turn the law upside down. Upside down. What did you say? Upside down.
The rules.
Listen. This is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution, and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact. Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyako what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Sorry, sir.
Because these people, they are fools. They think they can mess. You can mess around with people who are not educated. I am an educated man. I can't show them the petition for the simple reason that if you show it,
What the judge said was that the case file was.
I don't recognize anything Binta Nyako said today for the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of courtesy and respect. She stands recused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to NJC. I don't want to talk about it. Justice Binta Nyako is using her position for personal gain. For personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. You can see it. They don't want the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out in Nigeria. That's the problem. Who is that person? Who is that person? People don't like Canada coming now. Binta Nyako's husband and son are facing corruption charges. They sent her to my case so they can release or smoothen the pathway for the husband and the son.
Who are the lights?
They are facing. It doesn't matter if they off it. In a corrupt society, that's what happens. They are very, very corrupt. There is a breach of judicial oath. They have violated the judicial oath. They have shown bias according to Supreme Court. They are biased against me. Supreme Court said so. And that is why what is happening in the judgments and rulings concerning me has been happening. So, disobedience to superior court orders. Supreme Court said you are biased. You are against this man. You should not have revoked his bail. Nigeria went to Kenya and kidnapped him. These things are in the public domain. Why therefore are they insisting on trying me? A court order was entered. In that very court order, it was said very clearly and succinctly that she is no more. No. That she.
You have heard it from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, he has busted their bubble. They don't want to hear the truth. They went up to the extent of putting off the light when he was talking. They off the light. They were trying to stop the media from covering what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is revealing. That Binta Nyako, his son, and her son and her husband has a case with the EFCC. have a criminal case with the AFCC, and they want her to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in exchange for the freedom of her husband and the son. Because of that thing, that is why they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and forcing her to stand on the case, even after she has rescued herself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked her to rescue herself, and she did. The order of the court. And now they pretend that it's not been done. And there is no way you, once a client say that he doesn't want you to sit on his case, you cannot. Once an accused person said he does not trust the judge to sit, you can never. There is no moral ground for you to stand. More especially in the case where the judge has an interest to protect. Where the judge wants to trade your own freedom for her own personal interest. Binta Nyako has a personal interest. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explained the interest openly that Binta Nyako's son and husband are facing criminal charges in the EFCC. And they want her to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an exchange for the freedom of the husband and the son. So even when they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case, they continue to gamble around. And they have continued to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now, going to 5 years. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came boldly and exposed their criminality. And they couldn't handle it. While he was talking, they were trying to stop the media. They went up to the extent of they put off the light. They put off the light in the court. Oh, in the court. It is now clear. It is now very, very clear. When we say that if you are a Biafran and you are not fighting for your freedom, you are not supporting the exit from Nigeria, you are a fool. In short, you don't deserve to live. If you're a Biafran, you are not supporting this struggle, you don't deserve to live. You are seen in a country where they are treating you with a different kind of law. They use different law for you and they use different law for others. When they commit crime against you, it doesn't matter. When they commit genocide against you, it doesn't matter. Even if they take your life, it doesn't matter, as long as it's an Igbo man. If you are Igbo Biafra, anything that happens to you does not amount to crime, including your death. It doesn't amount to crime. And you want us to continue to pet them and continue to listen to these idiots? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has started the battle in the front. Those of us who are outside, how prepared are you? I am asking you, how prepared are you? You think it is making noise? Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the war front fighting. What about you? What are you doing? The exposition of today is a wake-up call for every Biafran. The battle has just begun. A wake-up call. I have said it many times. It is you and I that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not the court, not the judge, not the politician. All these people are bunkum. All of them are the same. The politician you want to hope on, is it not the ones that we are there? The ones that proscribed IPOB by themselves. They proscribe IPOB and they continue to hold that prescription. It is not the Janjaweed that prescribe IPOB. It is the governors. Whoever is a governor in the Southeast, as long as you're a governor, you are part of the prescription. Because governance continue. When you come to power and you see what your predecessor have done is wrong, you correct it. As long as you refuse to correct it, you have endorsed it. So they endorse the prescription of IPOB and they come around and they tell you, oh, they want to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mad people everywhere. Every Biafra must tighten their belt. We will fight this battle and we'll fight to the end. I want to play a program that we'll hear today so that we can watch and hear the views of Biafrans also. Let us hear another dimension of what transpired and the mindset and view of people today on what is going on as we pursue our freedom. Let's watch. Exactly. This is the letter. And you see the headline there. response to appeal for compassionate, considerate, and support for His Excellency Simon Ekpa and the Biafran people, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And number one, if this idiot is sincere on what he's doing, why didn't he show the Biafran the letter that he sent to the Finland authority that made them to give this response? Why didn't he show the Biafrans? Let him show us the letter he wrote to them that made them to give this response that you're seeing here. What compassionate appeal and consideration are you talking about? For who? For a man that has not committed any crime, not convicted of any crime whatsoever. What compassionate plea are you pleading? What are you pleading for? The same thing the criminals we are doing on the side of Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu, the politicians, they all go and beg for a man that have not committed any crime. Even his lawyer, former lawyer, was begging everywhere. He forgot that he's a son. He only lay down and begin to pray. Any day we come out, he quote Bible and begin to pray, knowing fully well that your client has no case, has not been convicted. To an extent, a senior advocate of Nigeria started asking for pardon for a man that is not convicted. Pardon from what? Pardon from where? When you do that, you have by your own self convicted your own client. That was what that man was doing. He personally convicted Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. Single-handedly, he was convicting Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu in every court, in every case. Anytime he goes to court, when they want you to speak, he will begin to beg. He even came to the extent of talking about amnesty. What a shame. And you see the message of Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu warning that self-determination is not a crime. And nobody should beg anybody for his release. If Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu could say that, look at now, our prime minister, who is in a Western world, in a more reasonable and responsible court, we are sensible people are. You think Mazi Simon Ekpa will tolerate you coming to beg for compassion on what? What are you having compassion on him for? What reason? Has he committed anything? Has he done anything wrong? Has he done anything wrong? And this is how they idiotically come to implicate Mazi Simon Ekpa on what. And the most interesting that why is it difficult for him to show the Biafran the letter he wrote that brought about this very response? Let him show us the letter he wrote that brought about this response. He refused to show it. He refused to show it. Freedom fighting is not for everybody, and it is not by force. Mazi Simon Ekpa used to say it, that before ever you have to talk about freedom fighting, first of all, go and study your right. Know your right. You must know your right. You can't fight for freedom when you don't know your left and right. Just like those who are shouting and jumping up because of self-defense. You must first of all study what your right is as a Biafra. Study and know what your right is. Only then and then you can be able to stand up and say you are fighting for yourself, not even for what you see people. People that cannot even fight for themselves. They come and they pose. Deceive those they can deceive. Because so many of our people are gullible. They don't read. They don't study. They don't even pay attention. Because if they have been paying attention to Mazi Simon Ekpa, you cannot be doing this nonsense. Because Mazi Simon Ekpa was one of the first people that reprimanded the lawyers of Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu to stop begging. In his broadcast, he said it. He warned those Ekome, seriously, stop begging. One the so-called politicians and all those criminals to stop begging and face the reality. The man you are talking about has not committed any crime. Why are you begging? You have to force the government to implement the right thing by force. That is the language they understand. But they continue to beg. It is begging from here, begging from there. And today, look at somebody again doing the same thing against Mazi Simon Ekpa, implicating him, indicting Mazi Simon Ekpa. And you claim to be whatever, I don't know what you position yourself to be. And some idiots are following him. Some idiots are following him. Today, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court. And we are going to see the update and outcome. There's nothing nothing is going to happen there that will be a surprise. If you are truly a Biafran and something still surprises you in the zoo, it means you are not ready. Anything can happen. There is nothing that is extraordinary that can happen. There's something that will happen. You say, oh, this thing has never happened before. Never, not in Nigeria. Everything is possible. I'm not one of those who come and clap and say, oh, they will release him today or release him tomorrow. They will do. No. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be out as far back as years ago. He's not even supposed to be held even in the first place. So why am I going to clap for you because the right thing is going to be done, or maybe the right thing is done? The only thing I know is that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in our hands, the Biafra people. Our own action will determine if they are going to do right or not. And today, when you look at what is happening, you will see that they want to play politics with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. APC want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to promote their political agenda. That is where they are dancing at. You see how they are romancing everything. Rescue a lawyer, then force him to come back. And today, you see romance coming, people talking from right, left, and center. At the end of the day, you see politicians, they will come. Some will say they are the one working for it, they are the one going for it, asking for his release, this and that, for their own political gain. And some of us we have very short, we don't remember things. We don't remember things. There was one of the warning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave about the process that was passed before he was released last time. He gave a very serious warning. And he spoke in anger. Let me see if I have that video. For those of you, you know what to expect, and when it begins to happen, and you will know where you stand. The political elite in Biafra land will always play that game to use him to forward their own agenda. Just as they did last time when he was released. I want you to hear this thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said.
I hear the whole nonsense about those that stood shorty for me. I will deal with that later on. Because our people don't understand. They don't understand the politics of the zoo. They don't understand how they play their game, but we know. The people that got me out of custody is IPOB with the grace of the Most High Elohim. Not any politician. It was the same politicians that actually went and told their Fulani masters to keep me in custody. I know all of that. The only reason why they got involved was to craft a very stringent bail condition so that they will be able to control me. Not knowing that I am uncontrollable. I am driven by my conscience to do that which is right by my people, to ensure that Biafra is restored, nothing more, nothing less. That was why they came. Some of you don't even know that a senator is not supposed to be a shorty for somebody. You don't know that, do you?
You had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That same control is what they are drafting. You know, Nigeria, they will always create a scenario that will make that very land fertile for them to commit their criminality. But I want you to put this message, this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, put it in your heart while you are watching the drama that is unfolding in the zoo. Nothing should surprise you. Whatever happens, don't get surprised. Gone are the days when we say, oh, why did this happen? No, I don't shout anymore. Just like our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. His own case is even much more understanding than Mazi. That is why when I see some of my fellow comrades come online and they begin to talk they begin to talk carelessly, I begin to wonder where they kept their mind, or how long have they been following the events, or how have they been studying the events that have been happening in this struggle from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to date. If you're following the event, you won't be talking rubbish online. You have to be patient, study and wait and listen. My fellow Biafrans, it is a special Monday. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Abuja? We are here waiting, not looking back, not retracting. And Mazi Simon Ekpa also, we are here following up the events. And whatever be the outcome, we are equal to the task. All things we work for our own good, no matter what it is. It is all for our own good. My beloved brother Chinonso, thank you so much for joining me, my brother. I appreciate you for coming along. Sorry for keeping you for a long time. I need to elaborate on this and then we go on. Go on, my beloved brother, my brother Chinonso, my fellow comrade. Go ahead and speak.
Yeah, Mazi, good morning from here. I greet you for your strength and your enthusiasm on what we are doing. And I greet my fellow Biafrans. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the time and location where you are watching us from. And I will also say, may Chukwu Okabiama continue to give all that believe that this Biafra must be restored in truth and honesty. May he give us more strength, more wisdom, more patience to endure things that are going to come. May he protect our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I only ask, may he give him strength. May he give him that more wisdom for him to continue to endure until finally he gets this Biafra from home, as we are fighting from abroad also to restore Biafra. May he do all this for us and give us all the things we needed. May all the doors that we are knocking for help or to recognize us, may God make them to open their heart and welcome us. May the world who turn back against us, may Chukwu Okabiama turn their hearts to be open, their face, their eyes to look at us and see why the need of what we are crying for. May all the haters of Biafra disappeared. May their eyes be blind. May their hand be broke. May their hand be shed so we can have our freedom. We ask God to give Simon Ekpa the wisdom, his lawyers, the understanding to defend him and for him to be free and join us to continue what he is doing. We ask all this and believe that God will answer our prayer. In the name of Chukwu Okabiama, we pray. You say? Yeah, Mazi choose a lot is like I always say that a lot is going to be happening until the final day that the world knows that Biafra has finally stand on their own. And the things that are happening now was meant to happen. If they didn't happen, we would think that this freedom is very free or very easy, because when you got something on a cheap note, you will lose it on a cheap note also. So because of the freedom is not cheap, the freedom is very harmful. And whenever you get something in a very tight corner, in a very tight way, you will stand to defend it to the best of with everything you have in your life. That is where we are. I want to start I have only three points to make this morning. I want to start with one of them, that before I will come into what we are saying. I want to say this, that human rights activists in the world, when it's come to these people we call Biafra, the human right is not for us. That was what I find out. The human right is not for Biafrans. The human right is not for black like me and you who are true Biafrans. The human right was meant for America, Britain, France, India, Japan. Name all these countries that are white. That is when the human right is working. Because if human right is for me and you, if what America says that we have a right for self-defense, that we have a right to form our own government, we have a right to those who want to live or those who want to work within their country. If all these things is not central tribalism, what they are doing, why Simon Ekpa still asking question in Finland? And I also come to ask this question. You see, now I really believe that the thing that is constant in this life is changing from good to bad, because Finland has changed from good to bad. If this is Finland who support us in war, are questioning Simon Ekpa by now, they have changed from good to bad. Let's call it. This is the way I see all the whole things. Their law was meant to Finland people alone, not for we Biafrans again, because this is a country that we hold in high esteem, that they are those supported us by telling their children, if you are eating 3 times square meal, please drop one. Know that people are fighting in Biafra. Those that are Biafra, they are dying for hunger. And after you have seen all these things, you, Finland, who supported us before, and you see a man who come up in your country to say, that place you supported, you give food, you give your support, you have a place in your church that you write about them, that somebody man up to say, we want to take that freedom that we felt that time, and you are questioning that person. That is why I said in common word that Finland, the Finland we know is not the Finland of that year that we fight. The current Finland now is Finland who believe in money. I say this, if you really sit down and let this, you see that money plays in all these things. The Finland commissioner know what the hands that have changed, that make the Finland authority to invite Simon, but to even accept up to now, to see after all the happening, they are still questioning him. The Finland we know is not the Finland of last, those years as far as is not the Finland who are now. Their children have changed. They have deviated from the line of their forefathers and be working with the current Nigeria government through their commission who is working with Nigeria government, because that is how all these things are playing. Are you going to tell me that is those Finland who stand with us that year, those years, far back years ago, if those people are still alive today, could they allow anybody to even invite Simon or even to question him for 1 hour? They could have not. But because of this present authority, once they have changed hand, the money has changed hand. I said, let them investigate their commissioner. The woman has learned, because Nigeria teach foreign people how to open different accounts with different names of children or members of their families. They should go and check the money they have paid that woman to push him to persuade the authority to invite Simon. The human rights, I am asking this question, I am asking EU, I am asking America, human rights, self-defense, is it not for Africa? Is it not for Biafran people? Is it not this law? Does it truly mean that we are among those that this law was meant for? If they said that we are among them, why are they questioning Simon? Why are they not talking? Why are they not doing the needful? So our people, like you said, our freedom is in our hand. Our freedom of mass, Simon, is in our hand. Anybody who is begging is a fraudster. He's really bad person. Like you said, freedom fighting is not for everybody. You must not talk about it. You must not fight for it. You can mute yourself and stay on the fence until those who want to carry it and do it comes out it's the way it's supposed to be, because it's not for everybody, like you said. They also want to know this, that Nigeria government, whatever they are doing, like you said, do you know why they agreed to bring Mazi to court? A friend of mine said that Tinubu has failed. People in North have taken their stand that they are not going to vote for him again. So the politics they are playing, and they want to use Simon Nnamdi Kanu to play the politics. They want to try if they can use it to Igbo people, so the Igbos can support him in his next term. They will say, he's not doing that is one of this Nnamdi Kanu. We know their game. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that we are 1,000 ahead of them, they don't understand it. They are playing, even some part of Yoruba say over their dead body, would they vote Tinubu again? So the only way he thinks he can challenge his propaganda and his strength is on Biafra land by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As somebody said, a friend of mine who is in military is telling me this and that. That is where the channel, that even the military heads, they head the so-called their president, they don't want him anymore. That is why they finally say, okay, bring him to court, let's kind of people's mind it down, let's hear what court will say and look how they will bring him out. That is where they are going. He want to use Nnamdi Kanu to win his next term, but he fell on arrival
He
fell because we are there before he comes in, and we are going to be here. He goes out. Our freedom is sacrosanct. Our freedom is not in anybody's hand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom depends on our action. It's not by saying it, but it's by doing it. And for that particular aspect, I want to tell Tinubu and Nigeria government and those in APC, people has failed woefully. Our eyes is on the rising sun. You can't beat our mind. Before you play it out, you know where we are going. And if from in your house, we will get information, whatever you want to do. This is the second part of it. Then the last one among what I have to say is this, my smart issues. You see, when you said, when I look at so-called the person that doesn't have a name like you said, who has more than 2 names that he's bearing now, because he has more than 2 names. We know the 2 already. And he said he's the position we give him in Biafra, and also the one that his fake people give to him is making him to have a 4 name. That is all I know for now. So I don't know the one I will call, but our people know who I'm talking to. See, the only thing I want you to know is that when you catch a criminal, his first word is true to God. I have never done this before.
Yes, sir.
You know, the bad people always take an oath. They can swear. They can swear. That is how you know them. And the bad people, they always think they are fast. Don't know that he's implicating himself more and more and his group. If the group can come up and be shouting about our self-defense, what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? What are we looking for? It's not self-defense is what we are talking about. And now they have legalized it that the self-defense should be in accordance to the law of Biafran people, and you are kicking against it. And you jump from here to, you want to go to Finland and play and be a good Samaritan, somebody who you sold out, somebody who called you for an account, you refuse to give an account. What are you pleading for? What crime is he committed? What is the offense? A man who said that Nigeria, that all our lawyers, the lawyers of man should stop begging. That's the man we want to go and beg. They will fall. If you know what it takes for Ejiofor to fall, Ejiofor is too big for this group, they will fall. Go to their platforms. Sometimes I take my time to look at it. You will see 34, 73. Only Adadi Orama self, the way he is doing, was getting 800 and them they are getting 34 and 32, and 30 and 47 and 74. That's what they are getting. So it's few people that are flowing them. And let me tell you one thing. Birds of the same feather must flock together. These people are flowing them, are people like them. Their mindsets are like them. Must follow also. That's what they are doing right now. They are falling every blessed day until they will disappear. I said, give them 6 months. Their lies will disappear because you will lie. In fact, you will become ashamed of yourself to what you will lie again. You will tell us a man who nobody can speak to, that is what you speak with 30 minutes. And you bring the man's second wife to come and tell us he's the attorney, and the wife tell you, I am not the attorney, I am man's kind of ex-wife. And you are still coming on social media to do propaganda. They will all suffer for it. And I said, we will never forgive them. We will never, in Biafra land, we will never forgive them. They won't come out for anything. I want to stop here to give my brother a chance to say his own opinion.
Thank you so much, my brother Chinoso. Thank you for that recognition. I appreciate you so much for that very submission. You've done well. My brother Chidi, thank you so much for joining us. We've kept you for some time. I know you're driving and stopping and joining and all that. Sorry for keeping you that long. We appreciate you. Go ahead and talk to us, my brother Chidi.
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Mazi, my brother Chinoso, Ototuoma. Agmasu no nubanyi makana Chinoso asọ na bekee ka nsụkwa n'onu be anyị maka na ihe anyị na-asọ dị ụzọ ole because Britain a asụsụ ha akpọrọ m asụsụ aha asị mana ọ dabatakwa anyị asụchawanyekwa. So my brother, I want to greet Biafrans. Mazi choose. It has been long. I enter your studio, although we are in the background listening.
Yeah.
Just that at times chance doesn't permit. So the issue is that the way you anchor your program always give me courage, because they say that before you come out for a freedom fighting, you have to make up your mind. Freedom is not what you can come with emotion. They doesn't do freedom with emotion. No. And what I come here to tell our Biafrans, some of our Biafrans that always do freedom with emotion, stop looking at all these things that is happening around. Nnamdi Kanu said it, that they will kill us and we will kill them.
Definitely.
And Biafra will come. Let's stand on that word. Today, my joy that I come into this studio is to let Biafra to know that Nnamdi Kanu today is his court emergency. We don't know. That emergency court. So we have to keep our hand open and be waiting. All we know that now freedom is our own. Nnamdi Kanu win go far. They don't know what they are doing again. So, like Nnamdi Kanu said, nobody should beg for me, and he made it categorically. All the Nigerian media, so that let them not be tomorrow. They will say, I am the one that be bragging. I'm the one that made them. So we don't want that kind of a thing. Coming to all this, we still call them my brothers because we are all Biafrans.
Yes.
Coming to what they are doing, they know that they have faith, because starting from that first week, what is happening now? Everybody is sleeping because people have seen the truth. There is no way. And they were female. A pregnant woman, once he reach 3 or 4 months, you will know that he's pregnant. People have seen the light, and we are following the light. I said it on the in the morning. What I said in the morning is what I said in the afternoon, and what I said in the night. The very fourth day this incident happened, I said, before COS, Madam Ngozi Arabeze, we bring out that memo that we should suspend fundraising that week. Let's do it next week. There is something he wants to harmonize. Which this thing will have no longer to this destruction they are trying to destroy. Had they been, they come inside house and harmonize all these things, all these all these my brothers. Let me don't use that word in your platform, because I don't want to use the derogatory words to somebody, because I have respect for every human being. So all these things that they are playing out now, they are tired because they don't know what to say again. Okay, is he the man that we are not mentioning in your platform, because you said that you don't want to be mentioning somebody that is irrelevant in your platform?
No, they don't deserve that advertisement.
Yes, they don't deserve it, because now, is the person that is reading script in a podium we are going to be following? I don't know. Some of our brothers need to rethink, and some of our comrades that come online that we are following should know that freedom is not easy start. So that they should not be using what they see in social media and be taking that emotion to let Biafra know that maybe our government, USB, is not fighting what they're supposed to fight. I'm saying is that people should know that there's not everything government will bring out immediately to tell the world. They should know what and what to, because the word our government said now will destroy this struggle.
Absolutely.
So they should know that coming to social media, because you have opportunity to be on social media and be using emotion to fight Biafra, is not going to help us. We should have a strong mind. Whatever that is happening, we must stand on that feet that Simon Ekpa stood, because without this, Simon Ekpa would have not reached this place. And everybody, there's one thing I used to tell people: if you are following somebody, try to know his ways. If you are following Nnamdi Kanu and following Simon Ekpa, they should have known the time Simon Ekpa kwara.
Exactly.
And there are some ways. Jesus Christ. There are some ways open the Bible, in parable. And then Nnamdi Kanu in parable. All this thing that is coming out today, he said it in parable, but some people don't understand it. When Nnamdi Kanu said, he said that if anything happened to me, burn down Nigeria. And when he said that I will be in the forefront of the war, what are you thinking? Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu will come out and carry God? This is the forefront. So, like my brother Chidonso made a point about Finland. What I tell people, I do tell people that Finland we know yesterday is not Finland we know today. That because Nigeria and Nnamdi Kanu told us that Nigeria brought out $20 billion to fight Biafra. Do you think that you will get any justice in the world? The only justice we will get is we use our hand and get the justice by fire, by force, and we are getting it. That is why I say a big thanks to our COS. Is a woman that doesn't look back. He has a lion heart. He's a woman, but he has a lion heart. So, my brother, I don't want to say more because I just parked somewhere to make a small contribution because today, in fact, this Nnamdi Kanu court today made me to come inside this program to tell Biafran that let's never rejoice because we don't know the plan of Nigeria.
Yes.
Until
Absolutely.
the final whistle. Because if I'm a pitch, a ball, referee are so because almost some people now have on a program, some comrades. Some people are for Hananya. I don't know from Nike. This emotion, some people they think go over no one yap or ask, or one yap or ask. Come here now, on your cheap woku, yata years. Iyana Zozo, Kepane Buebu, only Yana say, Nina Zazo, Bekane Buebu. Because Yebu, Bomnimo, Hepatanos are joining Nebu. There are some certain words you will say out in the public, it will lose as if you are mocking your fellow party. It is not done. So what I'm trying to tell Biafra is that let them stop using emotion to fight Biafra. Like yesterday, we see the march, and I come to understand that our COS made it categorically clear that we are now in a nation. We time to hide our face of God. So anybody telling me now that those people that come to do our march to show our 40 states of Biafra should cover their face. For what? Now they can't cover his face. Somebody never cover his face. If you want to fight for freedom, make up your mind that anything can come out of it and fight for the freedom because we are fighting. We that is there abroad. If people did not know, let them know it that we that in abroad now, we are in a second missionary journey of slavery.
Of course, they are not aware.
I told my friends, all of us that are doing business in Alaba those days, I told them, you people should not rejoice that I'm in abroad. I'm not rejoicing anything, that I'm not happy to leave my father's land. I come here, look at coal everywhere. You think that I'm happy? So we should not see it as if anybody that is in abroad is rejoicing is a lie. If we tell you what we are seeing here, you will know that we are in a second missionary journey. So, my brother Chinoso, let me leave here because if we talk the way it is in our mind, we will stay here till thy kingdom come. So, the only point I make here is that people should not put motion in this freedom, like Mazi always say.
That is my next topic. This is my next topic I want to address because you can't use the emotion and be doing damage control. When you damage it, you want to control it. No, you don't do that in freedom fighting.
You know,
you don't do that.
I listened to Humble Lion this morning because I do join his. I see the kind of some of our comrades. You understand?
Yes.
Because we are in a conference call, and what they are saying is true. You understand? Because anyone can damage everything. And
absolutely.
Now, look at our fellow people that we are dragging so they are using it to make mockery of us.
Yes.
It's not done. So let's call a spade a spade. If you see something inside as a like, okay, now let me use meeting Lagos, village meeting that we are doing in Lagos and see something. There's something that happened there. As an executive member, you don't need to come to the general floor and say that thing without saying it in the executive first. You have to bring it to the executive. Executive will treat it. If executive did not treat it well, now we bring it to the floor. Is it not how to do something? So let me stop here because I'm late to where I'm going.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Keep it on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That very line of thought you brought is superb, and that is actually part of the program we are hosting today. Joining with emotion. You see, in this platform, I try as much as possible to be as diplomatic as we can be. We are all brothers and sisters. There is no permanent enemy and there's no permanent friend.
Yes.
Mazi always say it.
Yes.
In some cases, when Mazi is speaking about even people that are attacking him, you will never see him go to certain extent. He will go to certain extent and he will stop. Because the person you are talking about, this Biafra is for every single one of us. We are bound to be back home sometime, someday. Don't go ahead and continue to create enmity, making it a personal enmity to yourself. At the end of the day, you don't know where it's going to end. There is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy. That's why when my brother talked about this using emotion, some of us are very, very emotional. Just like when I listen to some of my fellow comrades, I begin to wonder, where are you getting your own idea from? When you look at this thing that happened in Biafra land, it is not a surprising thing. The same thing happened when Hope Uzodinma created Bubago. Seven people who went to marriage. 14,
not 7, 14.
Thank you, my brother.
All my side can the mail.
Thank you, my brother. That went for marriage. Our Prime Minister Mazi was in charge. The Liberation Army were there. And this is happening. There are certain things that must happen. Just like my brother said, they will kill us, we will fight them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. There are certain, you don't use emotion. When something happens, you use it as emotion. Look at something that happened within you can, these things will, even more will happen. There are certain things you cannot stop. And I don't know why somebody cannot understand.
And the man is truth. I want to chip something in. You see, if your heart cannot carry to explain some of that happening in Biafra land, you choose the kind of, if you are too emotional, you don't choose things that will bring emotional to you to address them. Because when you do things that emotional to address them, you are going to be making a mistake and think you are right. Emotion leads us to make a very big mistake.
Yes.
Let me give myself as an example. When I was working with the zoo, if you carry a gun, because I will fire the gun and you hit somebody, I will now say I will not fire it. Then instead of me to fire, I will be telling other people to stop firing. If you cannot fire, I lay my gun down, bend down, let those who are ahead of me go on and fire. That is how you do. So there is some things you will jump, you will not address them, you don't discuss them. Because you are discussing them, you are doing damage control on what we are doing. You are bringing change in the government. And let me tell you this thing, among 1,000, if one person is crying more or crying highest, you know what is happening. And it's only him or her know where him or her is going. Out of 1,000, one person cannot be saying truth alone. Because I and whenever you are trying to let us know that you know more than the government, you are feeling yourself. That is when I will tell you, if Jesus Christ in the souls here, only nation in a guzo, lazy, and there is a way devil comes in to human being. He will come making you to understand you are doing it right. You are saying the truth. People are on your platform. You are getting it right. A single minute when the devil will leave you, you will realize the damage you have done. You want to use you to come and control it. No, you can't eat your cake and have it back. You can't damage it because we are listening. For me, I think within the space of maybe in the next 2 weeks, I will also be You will see my platform. I am trying to round it up. Biafra TV. I'm coming on small time. Just I have one or two things to touch hand before I will be on there, because I have my own to contribute. And as somebody who has from ESN camp work with Nigeria and live from Nigeria to Biafra, from Biafra to abroad, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to review. I have worked with the zoo and go back in shame. It's only Mazi that can make me talk. That is why I quit from the zoo, and that is why I run away. When they are calling me to do this, to do the other one, no. See, we should drop emotion out of Biafra. If you are a father, you are a mother, forget being a mother for now. Become a military. Become Obiabo. You can only use Obiabo to get what we are looking for, because you are leader. Our forefathers who have been there. So if you are telling me now that if you in time of Ojuku, because of their over 3 million children die, you will tell Ojuku to quit from the war immediately. It's not. That is what you are telling us. And you don't come and order the other governments. We are no longer individuals. Our people must understand it. Now we are in government, and not everything that the government is going to lay out for you to understand. Government has their plan. Their plan becomes their secret, and it's only when they throw it out, then you will know that this is our plan. You don't just come and be telling government. You come and say on this one. I mean that you are the one controlling our government. When you are calling government to come and tell us this one, government will tell you what they want you to hear. That is government. And if you are in government, you can't defend the government. You cannot read what they are doing. You are not supposed to be there. That is how I address my own thing. For me, I stand with the government. Even if the government make a mistake, they are human beings. You don't come out on air to prove that your government is making a mistake. And you know that this government is just a 2 months old government. Yes, that is we will first got it wrong before we get it right. Believe you me. He who want to make right must become first make wrong. From your wrongdoing, you now make it right. That is when you said life is all about constant changing. When you walk like this way, it didn't work for you. You choose the other way. Many of those of us who are in abroad today, we never planned to go to abroad when we was born. But because of how things are coming and going, we decided that the best thing for me to leave this country, to go to another country to do one or two things. So if you can change to that extent of leaving your fatherland to go to another man's land, that is how government work. This government need to support whatever they are doing, even if they are getting it wrong now. Stand with the government. What time will come, we'll make it right. That is why people say, the government can also fall 7 times and rose 7 times. That is me. And from our falling, when we are raising, we pick a point that makes us to fall, we move. There is some things that Obatobe did. Mazi God did not do it in that way. There is things Ngozi or Abeza or Dr. Mesa will do now, not the way Mazi did. But the issue is that, is he getting it right? The answer is yes. The answer is the government is getting it right. And they will also use to say this: if you are a man on ground, you refuse to adopt government working with individual, that means you are stable. But the issue is this: money. Those who love money more than freedom. If you're a man on ground and refuse to stand with this government, you love money more than the freedom. You are here because of the money you are making. That is why you are defending the land. If you are defending our land and you support individuals that is giving you money before, and now they told you, we want to change the way we work. Difference between ESN, their style of working, and difference between Biafra Liberation Army, there is many difference on their way. Now, when we have Biafra Liberation Army in the first place, we are not a government. Then we are running on individuals' capacity to be doing things that we are doing. Now that we are government, we will change it to suit the government of the world. And there is those who want to imitate. Because and because of now, we are no longer on individuals. That is why the government are changing things. So suit you to, when the world comes and asks a question, What of this one? How are you doing it? We said, look at the way we are there. We said, okay, it's okay. How are you doing this one? We said, it's okay. How could we be a government and the individuals, our money is going to the court of individuals they are paying? That is why, that is what you are born now. Only will take on call water or reality or a form or a kaba. From individual having our money, that is where we have many cabals. Right? Because if these people that don't have their name are not into finance in Biafra struggle, how can they do those things they are doing? But they have fallen woefully because the money will finish very soon. I said, yes. Men on ground, if you are men on ground, you don't support the government. Take a decision from the government. I forget, but I believe in ego, and that's what we believe. And because of Nebra, because of what you will gain, that is why you are fighting for individuals to be giving you money. If you want to do the needful, please join the government. Please, my fellow people, remove emotion in what we are doing. It's not going to help us because I will always tell this, a lot will continue happening until the final whistle, until the final day that the world will say, yes, they have become their own nation, that we have recognized them. Nobody should tamper into their affairs anymore. Let them do what they want to do. If you're not for that, remember this and say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that they are going to kill us. We will kill them. At the end, Biafra will come. If you are seeing the killing and because of the killing is affecting you emotionally, please jump to that area. There is nothing you can present to Biafra. There is nothing you can tell us and we'll see fully and we'll still listen to you. But this emotion is doing us harm. It is doing us no good. And in the first place, for me, I don't want somebody to come and tell me sorry. For me, I don't want to tell you sorry. So in the first place, I will stay on the right side of my own capacity. If everybody can stay on his own or her own capacity in this freedom and doing your program, there will be no problem. But you see this damage control, it's not going to last you. We better stop it. Crying on social media is no longer a time to cry. It's a time to have a heart of stone to face what we are doing because the world, they are playing deaf ear on us because you are black man, because you are Africa. They don't want you to rise. They don't want us to rise. That is why they keep on fighting. That's why I said the Finland of yesterday is not the Finland of today. If the Finland of today is not of yesterday, Obatobie cannot be questioning. Take it or you leave it. And nobody should go and beg for Simon. Because so far, what I know so far so good, he didn't commit any crime. Like Mazi did not commit any crime.
Never.
What are they asking for? Self-defense. We want to govern we want to govern ourselves. We want to take charge of our life. We want to do things for our people. This is what they are fighting for. And that is what, that is what we are fighting, it has to be careful. Because when you think you are getting it right, the other way around, you might be getting it wrong. To avoid this, look, think of things you say and things you do and things you will not say. That anything that is going to bring emotion to you, look at it and leave that word and do another different thing. Let's move on, Mazi Shoes. We are here.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that very expansion and explanation. It is very, very clear. I always say it in this very place that people should be very careful of what we are. Personally, from the moment I become an insider, I became to broadcast very close and inside with the government. I ceased to begin to tow some part of programs. I no longer say things just the way I want to say it. Because in my platform, some people believe that whatever I say is what the government stands for. And if I begin to say something different, definitely people begin to think, it's like this, our government is not what we think it is. So that is why sometimes when you talk about saying the truth, I tell people, you can only know what the truth is when you look at the motive behind the truth. If you don't think about the motive behind that thing they call truth, you will never understand what the truth is. The motive behind the word makes it truth or not truth. That is one thing everybody must pay attention to. When we talk about truth, some of us who are, majority of us, Biafrans, are Christians. And we have example of these kinds of word in the Bible. Where somebody was told by God that when you get to this place, tell them that that person beside you is your sister and not your wife. Just to save life. Just to save life. And the person did as was told. The person did not say, oh, I must say the truth. I must say it because you go and say, and you go and you put somebody's life in danger and somebody lose their life. Is that now the truth?
No, now.
It's no longer the truth.
No longer the truth.
It's just like when you are with your brother. You are with your brother, living abroad with your brother in a house. You are living abroad with your brother. You are outside. You have a paper. Your brother doesn't have documents. And this authority came. They saw only you outside. They told you, is there anybody inside your house? Then you say, don't say, yes. You know that when they get your brother, they either deport him or they will detain him. And when you say that nobody there, they walk away and go. But instead of you giving them that simple answer, nobody in the house, you say, oh, I will not say I will not lie, I will say the truth. You say, oh, there's somebody in the house. And we went there and they found out that the person in the house doesn't have a document. Now, the deportation of that person and the incarceration of that person, you are the cause. Being the cause of the pain of your brother, will you now claim that you just told the truth? Are you not going to say that thing you said is the truth? The motive behind the words you say has a very strong power to determine whether what you are saying is the truth or not. And whenever you see somebody telling you that I say the truth, I say the truth, you don't need to advertise this to people. You don't need to announce to somebody that you are telling the truth. The truth, let the people judge and find out if you are speaking the truth or not. Every human being on the planet Earth have conscience. Chukwu Okike have given us that conscience. We know that there are some people that are conscious are dead, and there are very few. And even those ones that are conscious are dead, at a point in time, the spirit comes in, the conscience comes in, and they speak to them. But not as often as he speaks to those who have a very clear conscience. You don't need to begin to announce to people and say it and read it as if it's a newspaper and when you do it over, it's emotional blackmail. You are blackmailing people. That is what it means. When you repeat it again and again and again and again, there was somebody like me. When I see such a thing, I begin to suspect the person that there might be something wrong that is making you to emphasize on this. Just like going to a hospital. You go to a hospital where there is a doctor. If the doctor will come out, everybody know that this, when you go to a hospital, you say doctor, you know a doctor. You go to the office, you enter the office of a doctor, and the doctor at the center is introduced to you and said, I'm the doctor. You entered into a hospital, you went to the hospital, and you enter into the office of the doctor, and the doctor is there, first of all, introducing himself and telling you who he's a doctor. Even when it's written all over where he's seated there, everything there shows that he's a doctor. What is the need for those introductions? There might be something hidden somewhere. There might be something. Once you make such introduction constantly, I begin to suspect the person, and then I walk away. Think about the motive behind every word that they call the truth. The motive behind it will tell you if it is the truth or not the truth. Sometimes people say certain things to exalt themselves. Sometimes people say certain things to save themselves. Sometimes people say certain things to make themselves special. Sometimes people say certain things to drag your attention. Sometimes people say certain things for one reason or the other. When you look at those motives, you can now begin to understand whether if what they call the truth is the truth or not. And there is one issue again I want to address. This issue of people coming in camouflage, claiming to be the Liberation Army, and they are on camera broadcasting. I don't understand what that means. I do not understand that. And I don't know why Biafrans are so, when we talk about this emotional, Biafrans are so emotional. When you see somebody wearing camouflage and wearing shoe, and then he will come and pose in the bush and tell you that he's a Liberation Army, I begin to talk. People begin to run around and they begin to share the video. That we should stop all that nonsense. We should stop all that. The Liberation Army of Biafra has no business in broadcast. The Biafran government have broadcasters, more than enough broadcasters. Right from the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Liberation Army have no business with broadcast. Stop being too emotional. That is how you begin to run around, and before you know it, they begin to create chaos. Before you know it, they begin to control you. Before you know it, they begin to give order. Before you know it, they begin to talk about overthrow. They become so powerful that you can't even be able to talk to them anymore. That was how this one that started this problem started. He was coming out every time. He doesn't show his face. Broadcasting small, he doesn't show his face. Doesn't show his face, he began to show his face. For he began to show his face, he began to claim the spokesperson of the Liberation Army. From claiming his spokesperson, he began to command. I have seen some of them again coming out. I have seen some group again coming out in that same idea. In that same style. They post video and people begin to share it. There is nothing you will say that has not been said. There is nothing you will say today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and the broadcaster today have not said. Focus on the defense of Biafra land. If you really want to defend Biafra land, focus. Be focused on the defense of Biafra land. Let us stop those emotional. You are busy broadcasting. Why Soludo is busy launching security outfit? And Soludo men are killing innocent people while you are busy broadcasting. Civilians are complaining. You are also complaining. Civilians are crying. You are also crying. Is that what it's supposed to be? Our people should stop paying attention to those people on camouflage in the bush, claiming to you have no business with broadcast. There is nothing they're going to tell you. Nothing. Only to woo you emotionally. At the end of the day, it boils down to money. It boils down to control. It boils down to who they are and who they are not. Can we focus on the United States of Biafra? Mazi Simon Ekpa already has given us a structure. In that structure, today, the leadership is under Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the COS. Pay attention to that. While we wait for the arrival of the supreme leader of IPOB and the prime minister of United States of Biafra, then we can move on from there. The structure is very clear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has his place in the government. Mazi Simon Ekpa has his place in the government. Today, the Deputy Prime Minister COS is running the government. If you are not comfortable with it and there is another organization you want to join, feel free to join it. Please, don't distract the government. If you want to create your own, another ideology, go ahead and allow the government to run. The earlier we begin to focus and mind our office, the better for all of us. My beloved brother Greg, go ahead and speak to us, Greg. Let's hear from you, my brother Greg. Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear from you.
Network has kicked him out.
Oh.
Am I coming out? He's come back again, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Greg, Mama, I want to talk to you personally. I don't know how to do it, honestly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can make it possible through brochure and contact you through brochures, I will be very happy. After the program.
You got number?
It's easy for you to maybe give to him, then from him I can be able to get it.
Okay, my name is my number. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So, yes, my brother. Your headline this morning is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today on the court. I think today because I saw the tweet from lawyer Nyako that Nnamdi Kanu will be on the court. He said around 10 o'clock something today.
Yeah.
So yes, we see what that will be the outcome. But the thing I understand with Nnamdi Kanu is the Spirit of God is still with him. The Spirit has not left him. He's still very strong.
Yes.
Because he said, let nobody beg for me. I have not committed any crime.
Absolutely.
So that is where I will start this morning. Because a lot of things are just going on. You know, for Nnamdi Kanu to say, let nobody beg for me for release. I have not committed any crime. Indeed, he have not committed any crime. The court has released him several times, and Nigerian government refused to release him. So they are just looking one way or the other, looking what they will hold, but they have not been able to stand on any reason to charge him. So today we will reserve a comment, and the result of today's court is out. Then on the side of our PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, I saw later some people are writing, please release Simon Ekpa. I couldn't pick anything from that letter. Number one, if it were people that are in Nigeria that are writing that letter, I would say they have not been there or they have not experienced the Western way of doing things.
Yeah.
So for this man that have been in America for many years to write that letter, that man has something behind it. There is something he knows that we didn't know. And he have not told Biafrans why he wrote that letter to Finland to please pardon Simon Ekpa, whom the Finland themselves have not said this is exactly what Simon have done. Instead, they say they are investigating. Yeah. From investigation, they say they are incitement. So they have not held any concrete thing against Simon. And somebody somewhere writing a letter. And that letter was written during December time. So that to show you the kind of people we are dealing with. You went outside the government and you wrote that letter without the consent of the government.
And we want to see the copy of what he wrote. We never see. What we saw is the response. He has not shown us what he wrote.
Yes. So that shows you how diabolic these people are. You know, I was telling somebody yesterday, I told him, if you till this time you have not believed that this what we are doing that we sold, that this freedom, some people sold their own because it's not our own freedom they sold. They have sold their own freedom, yes. Not the freedom of Biafrans. They sold it. Some people knew, and some people who are following them don't even know that the struggle has been sold. Because every reasonable man will sit down and think and said, how come? That is what I have not, on my own side, that's what I have not been able to understand till this time. That 3 months or 4 months to this the declaration in Finland, Simon Ekpa was going every state, both home and the diaspora, making donations, raising funds. He went almost nearly 40 states to raise funds. He went almost every Europe. He raised funds. He went to America. He raised funds. And a lot of people contributed to the lower standard that was marked out for this Finland convention. And a lot of people donated. I had one of our sister was saying in America, some people donated. There is a group that donated lower, nobody donated lower than $1,000 in America, in the one of the group. So when you calculate, let's say the number of people that came to Finland was about 500 and something. So calculate the money that people donated, and then minus what was spent on that very occasion. Then you check what they were having, both the IOU account, both crystal coins, and many other things that has been involved in the terms of finance. And not much somebody stand and tell the Biafrans, I single-handedly sponsor the Finland Convention, and insult every Biafrans and the cabinets. And then nobody responded to him with insult. The only thing the COS did was, please, okay, come and let us know what we have, since you single-handedly sponsor this event, so that we know exactly how much what we are owing you, and then we know how to forge ahead. He cursed everybody, and he went and said, lied against the woman, that the woman was against the what do you call it? The men on the ground, the Biafra army. They come after they debunked that one, and everybody find out that what they said was lie. They went on the charter. They went on the constitution. And when they talk about constitution, they move up from constitution again. They went to lobbyists. From there, they went to Nnamdi Kanu. From there, they went to claim, what do you call it? Trump's inauguration. All those things, when you count them one by one, none of them come out as a single, none of them is truth. All are lies, fallacy. There's no single one he put exactly what happened. He lied from A to Z from all of them. And then the men on the ground are following him, knowing fully well that this man deceived everybody. And somebody is telling me that the man on the ground is not in support of the crime the man is committing. Then you tell me 2 weeks before Simon Ekpan was arrested, before the convention, the men on the ground quenched their fire totally. Even before the 2 weeks convention, they did not do anything again. So what happened? Does it mean that all the whole money that was gathered before the convention was squandered? What happened to that money? Did they sold all the equipments? Did all the men on the ground disappeared and nobody want to do anything again? He said he stopped people, he stopped them in action because they were not getting money. So from that time to this point around, they did not get money. So when you go on yourself and you started thinking about all these things, you know that this very freedom has been sold. And if anybody is telling you that it has not been sold, you know that person is deceiving himself. So that is why I come up, I said any person that is in the government that is not choosing his word, that person is not helping what we are doing. I call on our sister that everything she has said, she's supposed to go back to how Simon Ekpan started. When Simon Ekpan started, there was nothing on the ground. There was nothing on the ground. They took all the men, they handed them over to governors as a bargain, and those ones that refused, they started on hiding. And the one that joined the bargain, know them one by one, know most of them, their houses and their contact. They started joining the bargain, started going house to house to kill them. So the number of people that was killed that time that Simon Ekpan started, at number of people that have been killed this time around since he was arrested, that people are complaining that people are dying. So when you are crying that people are dying, it seems as if that it's only you that is concerned about the death of all those people in the homeland. So now, when all those things were going, Simon Ekpan, he was in pain every day. At a point, there was some group who was that and telling him, we're supposed to move for action. We're supposed to move for action. I think there was a time Nelly was blaming Simon that Simon's supposed to move for action. They're supposed to do this. They're supposed to do that. Simon Ekpan said no. That before he starts, he doesn't want to start and he go back again. That when he starts, and people will know that even Nigeria will know that he have started to respond. I remember one time he quoted them. I quote him. He said, "Let them enjoy the killings while it lasts."
Yes,
that was in language. He was able to come down and arrange from the scratch to build the men again before he started. So I don't know how they think that since the men on the ground have sold out this battle, that Rameza will do magic. You go and lick the spit, what you have omitted. You know, a man that stand up and say, promise to kill his people if they come back because they are living in the West, they are living abroad. Why are they living abroad? To tell him what he's supposed to do. Nobody forced you to come out from your house. Everybody that is fighting or those ones are speaking, those ones are fighting, those ones in the ground holding their guns. I don't know how many people they went to their house and called them, say, come, let us go and fight. It have not even gotten to that level. But they volunteer themselves and they come. And people in abroad, the same thing. You at home did not call those people at abroad, say, come and bring your money. They saw what was happening in the land and they volunteered themselves and said, no, I cannot watch. I cannot be in Europe and America and enjoy or thinking that it's okay, why my people are dying. Most of them started contributing money. Even the Dr. Ngozi Arabes that they are attacking today, if you see him, you kill him. He will not come to Biafra and all those things. There was the people who were contributing deep into their purse, bringing out to buy those guns and those things you are using to attack them today or promising to kill them today. That was the money they sent. So I cannot understand what is happening with our people. When you watched, I told them yesterday, I said 2 or 3 things is what is on the ground now. One, they want to stop people who are contributing money. They want to make sure that those people who are raising funds, they want to stop them by all means. That is number one, because they see us as a threat. Number two, they want to make sure that the people that are supposed to come to join the men on the ground or whatever, that did not come, they want to scare them. They want to stop contribution. They want to make sure that people who are coming, they scare them and they frustrate them. They too want to make sure that the people who will, international people that will look pity on Biafrans and say, okay, I will endorse Biafra. I will recognize them. So people will step back and say, no, look at what is happening. These people cannot even rule themselves. They cannot manage themselves. If you endorse Biafra, they will go home and start killing themselves. So that's the message they want to send to the international community. So these are the things they want to achieve. Because they did not achieve in stopping the declaration of Biafra in Finland. So when they did not achieve it, what did they do? They sit back and say, now we did not achieve stopping the declaration. So what we have to do is to make sure that this, even though they declare, we will make sure we scatter it. So they look for every corner to come. We see their finance. We will scare the people who will go and join the army. And we will make sure that the international community will not recognize Biafra. Because with all these things, they will say, they are killing themselves. If you do this thing, there will be internal problem. So this is the things they want to achieve. So That is why any person that said that he's in government and he is trying to push narrative as if is causing is the cause of what is happening, that person is not honest. The woman is doing everything she can. A baby that is 3 months, it's just like a baby that is born. You take that baby away from the mother. The mother cannot give the baby breast to suck. Then you take away the baby from the mother, and you're telling the mother, give us money, want to go and buy milk and give to that baby. The woman that have born a child, you take that child away from the woman, and you're asking the woman to give you money to go and buy milk in the market to feed the baby. And the woman is crying, going up and down, say, give me my baby, I want to give her breast. And you are refusing the woman to carry her baby and give them breast. So that is what these people are doing. So if we allow them to succeed, it will be a very big problem. They will not succeed. The women have not caused any problem. The people who caused the problem know, and they are the first to accuse you that you are the person who is dividing the house, which is not true. So let the people that say that they are in charge. You have all the money and you have all the army, and you are not doing anything. You turn to blame somebody that you take away the money from him or her, and you take away the military from the person. When you take away the money and you take away the finance and you take away the military, what do you want the woman to do? The woman only stands on the public that is supporting the movement now, in order to start again from the scratch, both home and abroad. Calling people come and donate, let us build again, just like Simon Ekpa build. That is what the woman is doing. And you cannot expect miracle to happen under 1 or 2 months. You train people, you bring them out. When you bring them, they will die because they don't know anything. They must go on that, they must go training. And plans must be, and the finance must be there, so that they will not lack anything. So I don't know why people are crying on the desert as if things cannot be planned. So that is why I said no. Let everybody come out and speak and tell them that we know what is on the ground and we know where the government is going. And for me, for the moment, they have not done anything bad. They are still on the track. It's only a matter of patience. I believe things will go on wrong. So, thank you, my brother Choose, for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that thought. And I will be rounding up because I have an appointment in a few minutes now. I'll be rounding up, and I want us to round up with this very atrocity of Soludo in Anambra State. The atrocity of Soludo. Soludo has now become another Hobus of Demma. Soludo is another Hobus of Demma. We have seen the videos that we are flying, and when that incident happened, our Deputy Prime Minister came out and said that these people are workers who are working on their own, and they were mowed down. Some people didn't even believe it. But as time goes on, we begin to see evidence of that. We saw how Soludo took the life of innocent Biafrans. And this is how they do. When they create a security outfit, they unleash on innocent Biafrans. You will never see them display their strength on the terrorists that they are supposed to fight against. They go against innocent Biafrans. That was what Hobuzo did. When he launched Ebubago, he went after Biafrans, where people were conducting marriage. He went there and took the life of innocent Biafrans. Many innocent Biafrans were mowed down. Soludo is doing the same thing. Formed a security outfit to unleash them. Look at the innocent people they killed. And they were proudly saying that they have captured, and they were even advertising it, that they caught men on the ground, they caught the Liberation Army of Biafra. They caught Biafra people. Not knowing that these are innocent people who were working on their side. Innocent people working on their side, they went and they took them down. Fortunately, 3 of the men that they gunned down were from the same place with that idiot who called himself a professor. They are from his own place. Those 3 innocent people. From the same place. We have seen videos and evidence, and we see their families mourning and all that. The man they tied his hand and tied his face and put him on the truck that you saw on video have spoken. An innocent man who was walking on. Let me see if I can find those videos. While my brother Chino, so if you want to just say something about that while we are trying to conclude on that very criminality of that.
Yeah, Mazi Shoes. I remember before this group is coming out, the last time I was on a so-called Dr. Damage program, when they are deliberating on the governors of the so-called Southeast. And I said, in the history of Anambra, that Soludo is going to be the worst governor of Anambra State so far. And when I asked me this, I said a lot of things that made me to say that. I want to tell people, this man will change his name. His name is Solonso, not Soludo.
Oh,
anybody who is blowing trouble. And the trouble will come, will escalate. Let me tell you this thing. What will happen in Anambra, Imo State is going to be a child's play. Because one thing in this... I agree with you.
From what I'm seeing, I agree with you.
So what will happen in Anambra, Imo is going to be a child's play. Let our youth be very careful. Let them stay clear of some certain things if it's not clear for you. Enter something that you know is very clear for you. Know where you are coming, know where you are going, know when you are left, and those who know that you are left, and those who know that you are coming. This is must be taken in proper measure. See,
I know
it's not that this thing has happened. That is why, for me, there is no time to pretend over issues, because when you are pretending, you are doing yourself. Nobody knows on your gabu tomorrow. But what is about to happen and has been happening. I will say this in 2000 and this is 2025. In 2023, there is a one particular dish in Anambra in Uli, at Amakutu. Nigerian government invent that particular piece, 2023. They arrested a lot of youth. They arrested a lot of youth from Uli. People from Uli who are watching this program will know what I'm saying right now, that is truth. And it happened at that time I was on ground, working as a commander. I refused to participate in that movement. I refuse. What they are doing is this. That's why I said this government can never, Nigeria or Soludo cannot give us anything good. It's going to give Anambra State more pains, more than what we have experienced in every state. When they are going, they will invite army from different quarters, invite police for different quarters, and they match them with the vigilante. And they will lead, the vigilante will lead them. That is why I said all the vigilante in the southeast are working for governments. They use them as the grassroots to show them the road, to carry them to go. That's what they are doing. I refused. They have invented, when they invent that place, that beach in Uli, they arrested a lot of innocent people who come to look for their daily bread and take them away. Some died in that process. Some never come back to you today. In this also that you're hearing today, there is a pitch in also today. They always invent that also pitch and claim that the Biafra Liberation Army is there. The last time they invaded, they captured no less than 3 of my family brothers. And finally, when they released, you find out that the name they labeled them is not. Our elders come out, they went there, they go in, and until we write a petition, we send people, they went there and released them after they released them. Some people in also, period of that 2023, some died there also. So it's not a new method. For me, I understand it very well. I told you, he is chasing Dibia. His front man who is leading his rubbish squad, he's a native man also, who has ODH on his body, who wear the cloth you see him wearing, what he used to protect himself and his group. And he's fighting for, he said he's fighting for the Dibias. They don't know what they are doing. And you are front man is a native doctor who has all the equipment of a native man. See, when I said it in Obi-Wan's platform, they are forming this group only to intimidate our Biafran youth. They are forming it for you to know to join Biafra Liberation Army. They are forming it for make sure that if you once they said you are a member of Biafra, you believe in the leadership of Biafra, they captured you. That is the group he formed. But I am telling these people that they recruited for Soludo today. You need to come and ask us who has been there for 7 years, what we saw and why we run away. You can enjoy the money for now, but remember that whatever you did today, that any blood you shed today, that blood will question you in your entire life and your children. Remember that. This is when I found out that the job has become for me to become a killer squad for the government. That is why I run away, because blood is so sacrosanct. Blood must pay revenge. You see all these people he recruited. Watch out. In the next year, you will count how many who remain in that their group. They will be going to be dying one after the other, because any blood you take unnecessary, the innocent blood is calling for revenge, and that revenge, some of the blood will revenge very fast. So what is playing in Anambra State right now, our youth must be very careful. This is the time you must apply your 99 intelligence on what is happening in Biafra land. Anambra State, they have, because of Soludo, he is moving to his last tenure. So he is doing anything for his masters. He wants to please them. That's what he's doing right now. Because when this man come out and said, by God, give the Igbo youth for them to kill themselves, do you really think what that man means? Is now Soludo have bygone to give some youth in Anambra, to be killing some youth in Anambra? Is it not killing? That is killing. When he said that they need to buy gun and give some Igbo youth for them to kill some Igbo youth, that is what is happening now. And the stupid group who has left what we are doing joined to that line. So a lot is about to happen. My brothers, my sisters, my fathers, my mothers on the ground, everybody must be take measure, take precaution, mind things that happen around you. When you see something, please say something to the government to become. Anybody who is expecting this government to do magic, you are deceiving yourself. When Obatobie started, he did not have anything. They took money away from him. They took men on ground from him. He started from crash. The government has started from crash, from scratch. It's only few among the men on ground. If men on ground is 100, it's only 15. As why I'm seeing it that are the hell with the government. 75 stand with the useless people, because you know in the first place the liars always gain ground. The truth always prevail at last. That is where we are for now. If you listen to what Mazi said, this is what is happening in Biafra. The three things he's mentioned is what they are doing. So going back to what I was saying, people in Anambra, old Anambra, my brothers, we must be careful. We must be careful. Make sure you go out by 6 o'clock when the road is finally clear. The day the sunshine has raised. Come inside to your house. Don't stay till 8 o'clock on the road. Try and begin in time. So if anything is coming, is happening, you will know how to defend yourself. Self-defense is not a crime. There is many ways you can defend yourself. My brother, have fuel in a common bottle of 7-Up or 3-3 or anything there. Put it there, put it on your head. When somebody knock on your door or is breaking it, hit it on that the same door. It will catch fire. The person is coming outside will first run first. There is many ways you can defend yourself. You can even mix fuel and salt. Put it in something, a bucket. Keep it in your house. When somebody is coming, throw it. Once the fuel and the salt touches his face, he will run mad. This thing is a dangerous weapon. Salt and fuel, mix it together. When you point to somebody, that one walk past tear gas. He's working more than tear gas. These are information that people to use to defend themselves. Cut a 2x2 stick, cut a bamboo, put it 3 inches nail up to 10 on the line, hold it on your hand. If somebody hits your door, put him on his face, you have disfigured that person forever and ever. Even if you will die, do something before you die. I want to stop here, Mazi.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing submission. I appreciate it. Before my brother give us his conclusion, let us listen to this very video that I'm about to play. Let's listen to it. The atrocities of Soludo in Anambra State. This is one of the men they tied on the truck. I'm not going to play all the videos, like some of them that have restriction. There are some where we cannot be able to play here because of the restrictions in YouTube. Social media is not our network. Only in Twitter you can share everything. But here, there are some things we can share. There are some things we cannot share. So I want us to listen to this very man. This was the man they tied his face. They tied his face. They tied his face in the pickup. They tied his face in the pickup. And they were shouting and claiming that they have caught a big meat. Let's hear from him.
I will not go work. Pray for that. Oh, but I go. I will kidnapper. I will a criminal. Yes. No, kid, I'm working on. Oh, that guy, no, he lost. And they come back here. I will not go work.
He's the fat guy in Hilos and they tied his face.
I will kidnapper. I will a criminal. Yes. And I'm here. I have home on me. Therefore, I welcome at home. I go back to Congo. I want to joke since him we are no moon. I want to joke. I want to yeah, I sit there and yes.
Yes, so he's innocent.
Yes,
he's a good man to us. He
all pastors here. Yes.
Good when I celebrate my local government.
Yes. Oh, Monia. Oh, Gomoro Namotia. Boya. Oh, very good man. A very good man.
You see, this is the man they tied his face. And they say that the man is this man is just lucky because his people were able to go forward and bring him out. What about the other ones that don't have somebody who will go for them? Now they will tag them criminal and they are gone.
Remember, there is one thing in the
some community were able to go forward and bring him out. What about the rest?
There is one thing they said. They said Soludo bring Fulanis to come and kill his people. That is why I said all these things they form. If you go inside this route he bring to Anambra, if they are 50 in that place, 45 is Fulanis. Those are recruited from.
What we say people because we are online. These are the people on the ground, the people affected, the families affected. They are saying it. that the people they brought to them are even foreigners. They're not even Biafrans. But when we say it, people will think maybe we're making up words. We are trying to put all together. You see? Okay, let me play another one. This one is the family also of the people, the 3 people they murdered. Those 3 people who saw their corpse. I can't play some of those videos here because of the restrictions. But I'm going to play the video of the families and what they were saying. How the families were mourning their death. The people they tagged the kidnappers and they took their life. Innocent people. Very innocent people.
This afternoon. For people in sorrowful mood. Now for the mother. The mom, this woman no new. The father died 4 years ago. Grave in Iwebao. Now the elder brother. Nah, you okay if you make it go maka your brother.
We just wake up now yesterday. And my brother had applied ever since Tuesday. Okay. He was side work. He won a local 100 and lot road. Okay. So eventually, what was there? Where they could see me. Wow. Even though area commander instigate, we have to understand now since 4 o'clock yesterday. But everyone are all 4%. Wow. That is everyone non-government. So feeling down with a bomb.
Can be your brother Jibidol wow.
Almost, I'm really feeling like last 2 years or last year, I'm really free. And I don't go to the now bomb for okay. I'm go like 5 years of the job.
Ask one no coach Cooper the all.
Yeah, all coach with the building and I do the all. Okay. So, but I want to do always with the engineer. Okay. Engineer, you have structure, do know. Only book all. Okay. So, you have structure, do know. Eventually, I meet is your guy. Okay. Now, my brother will all make blood. Okay. I negotiate your all. Now, guy, 10 day or the Saga was your.
What is going on in Anambra State? They have put this family into a sorrowful mood. Yeah, be phenomenal by yeah, and I mean it's Sofia. So are they so painful? So Kemaka and where case you say cover the cops.
And the area command sends the Monday in the police station okay. Then we can book after those who talking the song because since yesterday I can't watch a
so I can only load you now.
Even up to all from area command guide not however.
Okay. So next time on our phone the phenomenal Anambra State. It's a pity. It's a pity. Yeah, we suffer Kaino. Yeah, we suffer. Now this is the house of the poor boy. Now Bamboko is low. It's just a pity. On the widow. She has tried her best to make sure that now also I can when I call out is dear debate. Oh yeah, them look at you can see people in a sorrowful mood. Yeah, be phenomenal Anambra State. Yeah. I need pray. It's a pity. I beg you to go up one neighbor. And I'm going to jump them. Then no, they've sent this family into early morning. For the younger ones, how can the family? Their father died 4 years ago.
You can see that is the kind of tragedy that Seibo is causing. The boy went for work, outside work. Luckily, even the person that's involved in the outside work, they get to work, is the reverend father that called them for the work. And the man was there to testify that this will get to work. And you saw what they were showing you, and they said it's their bomb. They call bomb. This is something they are using to wear. They are wearing. They are using for work. Look at it. This is the machine they are using for wedding.
The battery for the bulb. See the battery they use to connect it. See everything. All of them are bomb. No be gas cooker.
You know, Nigeria was built with lies. Everything will come to lies, and they keep doing all these cheap lies. And so even the Soludo, this what they are telling us right now, calling it a bomb, isn't a disgrace to you as a governor who we thought they said you were a professor, and the something that the idiot you recruited will come and say bomb is this. And I have a very shameful something, but because of it's a government that have worked and know what they are doing. This is a government who can arrest an innocent civilian and have it to have a gun. This is why I run away from this, because I do you know how many times I have slapped DPOs? The last DPO I worked with, I slapped him. I told him, okay, you are from north to here. If you die, they will not bury you here, but they will bury me. You can't come here and spoil me in front of my people and intimidate my people. But when you raise any northern person here, you release him without asking us questions in this station, and you want me to obey you. From there, I leave them and I say, no, these people are evil. They can never change. Anything about anything in Nigeria is a lie. Their governors, they can lie. Look at what, see, I am telling you, my dear, but they just recruited you newly. Enjoy your money, but you will pay for it dearly. When you are paying, if you didn't pay,
it's so sad.
You are sorry. Your family will pay it. Look at the kind of, this is what is happening. Do you know that Okada, somebody is doing Okada will be driving on the road. They will block the Okada man, take him away. The machine will be there. After, they will still go back and pick the machine. When they are selling scrap at the station, they will also have the mind to sell it also. A lot. Our people, see, you never cry because the cry will start. I want to call another Rama. You need to retreat your things you do to social media. You need to stop all this. I know you were a mother. As I'm watching this video, I have emotion within me. But because I have that emotion, I will use that come and spoil the government. I want us to understand this for the last time. This government started with nothing. They take money away from the government. They take the army away from them, like Obatobia. If you have followed Obatobia, you know how Obatobia started. You could, in fact, you will use your full hand and hug this government and embrace them because they are doing well. Let Nigeria government continue this for now. At the time, they will stop.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. We got to hold it there, and let me give a chance for my brother Greg. You just use 2 minutes and give us your closing remark. I'm running late on my appointment, so let me just try and catch up with my appointment. 2 minutes, my brother Greg. Let's just.
Yes.
Maybe I will come
yes,
back.
My brother. I have, this video you played just now. We'll watch it and they will know that we know what Nigeria represents. I've been telling people that a professor that's come to join jungle, Nigerian politics is a jungle. A professor that come to join criminality. A professor that left classroom and research, and he came to grab money in the government. That person doesn't want anything for me. Look at that, will show you that the kind of people they have been killing in Biafra land. From this one now, they are talking, they are saying about it because this one are vigilante and this group. If it were police and army, they will arrest. Then maybe this man have been in Abuja. And nobody will talk about them. That's the way they have been killing our people and arresting our innocent people. So this one now is because this one is still within the Anambra control that they are talking about. Okay, look at this man, the way they hit the man, they beat him up. Look at everybody swell up. They just release him. And his people is thanking God that he is released. Nobody asked him what that thing cost him. Because he came from a poor family, nobody speak for them. Who will charge Soludo? As they accusing Simon Ekman, who did not do no single nothing. Simon Ekman never ordered for any civilian. There's no one civilian that was shown for one day. And they said this is what the Biafra Liberation Army did to them. And they are calling Simon Ekman terrorists. No, who is indicting Soludo now as a terrorist? Who is indicting Mba as a terrorist? Who is indicting Uzodinma as a terrorist? after all these private and innocent people they killed. So it's something that we cannot imagine, my brother. So the only thing there is just like this, my brother said to our sister Adada Ramma, she should sit down and rethink about all her actions. The way she go about it, it is not normal. That is the message for her, and the people in the East and our families here should be careful and know that the country and the governors are hopeless and they don't have human hearts. They don't have pity for anything. So these innocent people now, who will speak for them? Where the United Nations, where the Finland and the European Unions, who accuse people for terrorism? So they should come now and accuse Soludo. This is real terrorism, where they would drop gun on the bullet on the ground and shoot innocent people and kill innocent people, and nobody will talk for him. Who will speak for those people? Nobody. Only say this one we are talking here now. So what can we say? Only God speak for the one who can know, who have no one to speak for him. So thank you, my brother Choose. I will not waste much of your time since you have an appointment. So thank God bless you, and so God bless you. I look forward to get Choose number.
Remember to send the number to my Choose. I will call him my bed because I have my Choose number.
Please. Thank you so much. My brother, Greg, take down my number. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. Greg?
Yeah, just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
If you show it,
what the judge said was that the case file was.
I don't recognize anything Binta Nyako said today for the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of courtesy and respect. She stands recused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to NJC. I don't want to talk about it. Justice Binta Nyako is using her position for personal gain. For personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. You can see it. They don't want the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out in Nigeria. That's the problem. Who is that person? Who is that person? People don't like cameras coming now. Binta Nyako's husband and son are facing corruption charges. They sent her to my case so they can release or smoothen the pathway for the husband and the son. Who are they like? They are facing. It doesn't matter if they're off it. In a corrupt society, that's what happens. They are very, very corrupt. There is a breach of judicial oath. They have violated the judicial oath. They have shown bias according to Supreme Court. They are biased against me. Supreme Court said so. And that is why what is happening in the judgments and rulings concerning me has been happening. So, disobedience to superior court orders. Supreme Court said you are biased. You are against this man. You should not have revoked his bail. Nigeria went to Kenya and kidnapped him. These things are in the public domain. Why, therefore, are they insisting on trying me? Simon Epae. Biafra gadere. Adekwa n'ọfọ nna o. Biafra gadekwa. Iwe tụlapị ha ya ka ga-egotoli ya. Asị m na Biafra gadị o. Ibe ma karị ga. Only Biafrans na only Biafra. Ụmụ Biafra. Simon Ekpa ga-adịkwa n'elu ọmụmụ Biafra ga-adị. Only Biafra na only Biafra. Biafra ga-adị. Ụmụ Biafra so na only Biafra. Anyị ga-adị. Maka lecha na agwa bụ tata. Biafra ga-adịrịrị. Well, ụmụ na Biafra ga-adị o. Biafra ga-adị. Biafra ga-adị o. Biafra